brand new episode of Beyond the Mic with your host Avery, and we've got Nancy. I would say back from the dead.
Hey. Yeah, I mean, fair.
um. So it is. Today is actually February 1st. Currently it is 2:25. Can you believe it though that we're already in the second month of 2026 already?
No,
It's
not it.
going by so fast. It is going by so fast. I thought it was going to go by slow.
Well, it usually does, and I have the same expectation. Usually, I always call this like the drulls of winter. It's like after all the hullabaloo of the holidays and stuff, and all the commitments you have to make, and then it's
Yeah.
just like crummy weather, cloudy lots of the time, and just bleh, bleh, bleh. But
Right.
no,
And
I can't
then I
believe
know,
how fast.
and it's like Christmas went by. I feel like December went by very slow in a way.
Yeah.
Um or I also feel like cuz I was working a lot probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
um Funny enough, your boy's unemployed. I
Announcement, everyone.
I mean, I've been unemployed for about a month now, going on 2 months, on February 22nd. My previous employer, which was Great Wolf Lodge, fired me. They fired me over a false accusation.
Oh my
um,
goodness. Okay. Well,
so and I don't, honestly, I don't even mind kind of throwing them under the bus, really.
well, you can edit
Because
whatever
like,
you want after the fact. So
yeah.
maybe no, I
But
don't know.
it
Whatever.
was because I think it was more so because like they were already trying to stir up some stuff with me. Obviously, I know some
Why?
employers give you that I don't know. I talk with an old coworker of mine who and him and I are like pretty good friends. He kind of told me he's like, yeah, they were just trying to get rid of you. Like they piled up absences of mine. I've only had like 3, which were each 2 points. So that's 2, 4, 6. That's 6 points. It made no sense for me to have
That's pretty
16
generous.
out of the
That's
12
generous compared
points.
to some other employers.
Yeah, because they had
Points wise.
um yeah, because like their maximum was 12, and according to them, I had 16. They're like, oh, on January 1st, they're gonna fall off. I'm like, okay. Um, so I thought it was that. I signed the like corrective action form. Um, Within because this was on December. Actually, have I probably broke, I guess, the law. I guess because normally and I've seen this done before, where people I guess record the conversations, in case, like kind of to have a paper trail. I guess if something goes wrong, that's what I did. I
Yeah,
had
don't they
it.
have to tell you that though? This call may be recorded.
Well, it wasn't a call, it was in person, but I didn't wanna, like, mention it, I guess. I was more like, well, that's just me, I didn't mention it because I had it done on my watch. I'm like, "I'm gonna do it just to save my butt from getting in trouble."
Oh, so you recorded it and you
Yeah.
okay.
I did it more of, like, I guess, secrecy, I guess. Um, so I recorded, what, the 8-minute conversation. Um, and they're like, yeah, so your points will fall off on January 1st, yada yada yada. Just make sure you don't call in by that time. I'm like, okay. Like obviously, like if I have doctor's appointments and whatnot, I'll request those off in advance. If it's like last minute doctor's appointments, there's no way in hell I'm gonna be able to do that. No way in hell I'll
Mm.
do that. Um, but they had me sign the corrective action form. but this was like in the middle. Like there's a whole timeline. First was a conversation I had with human resources on December 5th. Prior to my conversation with my manager, I think that was December. 'Cause there's like three different events that took place.
Now, wait a second. So is this all related to the absences and the points, or are we going to
No,
have
there
different types of
it's three
things?
different like the three different separate like incidents, I guess.
Okay, so
Um,
I'd like you to start from where they liked Avery to where they're kind of like, "Uh,
well,
not
I
sure about that
mean,
guy."
they liked what I did. They liked when I would show up on time, when I would consistently show up to work. Obviously, I would call in if I needed like a mental health day or if I actually had doctor's appointments.
But when did
Those
you
were the
feel them
o-
start gunning for you? You know what I mean? Like where they are documenting and, you know,
um
extra following protocol, or I don't know, you know what I mean?
I
Doing what
mean,
they doing their thing, doing what they do.
the first time it was on December 5th mainly, was
What day
because
of the week is that?
uh, December 5th, that was on let me see, calendar, I'm way too bad with it. That was on a Friday.
Okay. So a busy time in your line of work.
Pretty much, yeah, and
So what happened?
they essentially I was working in the Build-A-Bear outlet that day, so I was doing Build-A-Bear.
Okay.
Um, they had to have I think the 11 to 3 person come in to kinda cover for me while I went to go to speak with HR. Apparently, now I can, like, say this now since I'm, like, free from the chain. I
Mm.
don't even wanna get rehired there, I don't want to, I hate it. Um, but they, called me in, they're like, "Yeah, you were named as a witness, for, I guess, quote, unquote, like, oh, I guess when people were, like, accidentally, like, grazing each other, like, accidentally touching each other when passing by or, like, not maintaining personal space." Um, and they asked me, like, do if I had any memory of that, if I had any acknowledgement of those events, and I clearly told them I didn't not because
That
that's
means
not
you didn't
something.
witness it.
No, I didn't,
If
because
if
even
you
then.
didn't, if you have no, not like if that, you could be in the same room.
Mhm.
It could be the room the size of a closet. If my back is turned to you and you make a funny face, just because we were in the same room, like, doesn't mean I witnessed it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Ah.
it's totally based on, like, did you observe this? Did any of your senses observe this, whatever? And you clearly didn't. That
No,
wow. Okay, sorry,
and
I interrupted, but I was like, I had to ask because
no, you're good.
that doesn't that's the
I
the
have a huge
definition and
feeling I have,
meaning of
like, a
that.
hangnail on my pinky finger. I have a feeling I have a hangnail and it hurts. Um,
Ew, I hate those.
I know, and so but I guess going back to that, I
So they're
talked to them,
like,
I told them
you
I kinda
observe
explained to
something and you're like,
them
well, I don't remember. And so their allegation was that you did observe this, whatever, whatever, and because you didn't, quote unquote, tell somebody something you didn't see happen,
because
they
I
gave you like
explained to
a
them.
write up.
So I essentially explained to them. So for example, if it let's say this space here, just imagine there's a counter. The outlet that I
Mhm.
mainly worked in, which is Magi Quest, it's very narrow. It's a narrow counter space because you would have like the cabinet behind you and everything. It would make it so easy for you to bump into somebody when you're carrying a box into the stockroom. The stockroom's even less much of a space. So it's a storage closet. You only have enough for like two shelves and that's it. So there's really not much room for you to move around. So if you bump into somebody and things like that, like it's bound to happen. I even explained that to them. Um, but uh what I also told them was that obviously um there's really no way to prevent that in my opinion. Like especially in such of a narrow workspace and you're carrying a box, like you can say like, "Hey, like I'm coming behind you," or things like that. Yeah, like you can say that, but it's obviously still gonna occur where you're gonna make contact. Um, and
Now,
on
what did they allege that you witnessed two other persons have a bump, or that you were one of the two parties?
they just mentioned, I guess I was a witness to that, I guess, but they never mentioned if it was to another pack member or if it was or if I was involved in it. If I was the one committing or not committing
So
the act,
December
whatever.
5th is the day that they brought you to HR and had this conversation with you. When how far prior to that was the incident that they're alleging that you observed?
They didn't really give me any dates. They were just blunt and just telling me, "Oh yeah, like you're
They
named
didn't
as a
give you
witness."
factual information
Nope. I
to be
have
able to put it in context to help you remember?
They
Wow.
didn't give me any of that. I even have all of my documents from them. So my records conversations with human resources, I have all of that saved because I
Mhm.
asked them, send me all of my personnel files. Which they did. They left out the one from the day I got fired. They left that one out, which I'm surprised they didn't send that to me when I asked. But that's like more ahead of the month. Then um, when I went back up to Build a Bear, so after that conversation, they told me like, "Hey, you're free to go while we investigate this." Um, so that same day, I was talking to my coworker. They're like, "Yeah, so and so." I'm not going to say their name because they are underage, but they said so and so is accusing you of making them uncomfortable, and I'm like, what do you mean? Because I even said I've never worked with this person. Like we're assigned outlets day in and day out, AM and PM shifts or even breakers. You're assigned to a specific outlet. I never once worked with this
What is an
person.
outlet? Because I don't
So
know, and other people might likely don't.
yeah, so no worries though. So outlets are what they call like the stores. So like the Build a Bear, the main gift shop. So like all the gift shops and stuff, that's what they call outlets. And like the arcade gift shop and stuff like that. Um I was more on like the retail and attraction side. So I would work the Magic Quest outlet or the Magic Quest retail store.
Okay.
But periodic because they would flip everybody around. So if you were certified for both attractions and retail, so you would do um for example, you'd be in the main gift shop or you'd be in Build-A-Bear if you're trained for it and stuff. But oh, good.
Oh, okay. So you aren't an employee of Build-A-Bear. Build-A-Bear is just inside, and
Correct.
the
It's
only people that can
so
work it are people that were quote unquote trained the way Build-A-Bear would want their employees or
correct.
service provided to guests.
Correct. So Great Wolf
Wow.
has a license through Build-A-Bear Workshop to have the logos, the products there at their hotels. Hence why Great Wolf cannot accept any gift cards or promotions from Build-A-Bear corporate owned stores. They can't accept it because they don't have those with their licensing agreement.
Okay. So you went back, and a different coworker told you, gave you more insight than you even got when you had that meeting in HR. And they knew, like, so, like, your colleagues, like, know about this goofy stuff, and you don't even
Correct.
know anything. So there's
That's
like all this
because that's the
gossip and
thing.
chatter.
It's a lot of high school kids. A lot of the managers, they're really, and I mean really don't know how to do their job for jack. They act like high
Well, they're always
schoolers.
hiring on Indeed.
That is true. I have
Can you
I
have a high
use Indeed a
turnover?
lot. Um, they're constantly hiring for retail attendants,
Yeah,
supervisors, housekeeping, and I'm like, dude, no one wants to work there, especially with like a lawsuit that they were involved in.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
no one
don't know
wants to
about
work
that,
there.
but what I know is like when there's a high turnover somewhere, I mean, there's a, a bigger business, you're going to have bigger rate, but it's going to be within a certain range, like a
Right.
healthy turnover rate. When it exceeds and it goes high, that tells you something. And I think I'm putting myself on the do not hire list. But I'm not even applying. Oops.
I mean,
Avery, you're trouble.
I mean, who would want like they're okay, like the resorts, great. Staff in certain locations, great. But like the environment as a work culture, terrible. They're
Hmm.
gonna backstab you. And I've seen that firsthand. Like for me, I was one to always pick up shifts, pick up doubles, like do work double shifts. I would stay later. But I started to slowly like decline those requests because I, especially on days off when they're like, "Yeah, can you come in?" I'm like, "No, I'm sorry. I just want to take the time for myself." They'll be like, "Oh, it's okay."
When it
But
comes to
yet I'm
corporations, they will take everything you are willing to give them and then some.
right because
Anything
that's
you are
how.
willing or have offered in the past, they will take it and then expect it that, yeah, yep,
Because that's like
promise.
because when I first talked to my mom when I first got fired, she's like, "Yeah, that's why you don't let people take advantage of you from your like your taking double shifts, offering to stay later." And I'm like, "I know, but I also was more looking out because of the gain, like financial gain from it, like me like making more money and stuff like that
That,
at the
well,
end of my
yeah, that's
paycheck.
it. That's
Like
fair.
that's what I was more focused on."
Fair. Totally fair.
I know. Um, After so I when I got talked to, um, by that coworker, and she's like, "Yeah, like so and so is making rumors about you," and I'm like, "You're kidding," because obviously, one, I know the person's underage. Two, I know obviously since we don't work together, we don't talk. There's no way in hell I would make them uncomfortable when we don't interact. Like, or
So
we're not working in
so
the same store or anything.
so are you saying s- so as far as like working together and the fact that you said that you had never worked with that person ever, that just means like in the same like,
Correct,
you
in the
know,
same, like, store or anything like that. We never worked in the same store. We
okay.
would see each other passing, or we would see each other at the team meetings, but that's it. Like,
Okay.
I would exchange a hello, and that's it, and, like, a like, small talk, but that's it. I would engage in that, but nothing else.
Okay. Hmm. Interesting.
So, at the same time, like, I don't know where she's getting that I'm making her uncomfortable. After, like after August, we never really interacted because that was, like, the last interaction her and I had. Um, so with that said, I kind of, like, took it upon myself to kinda, like, ask, like, if ask myself, like, "Is this that HR conversation that they wanted to have with me? Is that why? Because they never specified it. They should have specified it, but they never did, not even the record of conversation documents that I have on in my archives. Um, but a few days passed, not even maybe a week, because within that same week they talked to me again because this is all within the same week too. So they talked to me again because a supervisor thought I was going through her work emails. She thought I was going through her work emails and her confidential shit
How?
on
On a
like
work
the
computer?
it's a shared office computer for the staff, like the supervisors and stuff. Normally every morning for what they call stand up, or like which is the morning meeting to know where everyone's going to be positioned at and everything. They normally have a slideshow. So it shows you the staffing, the break times, and it's normally always pulled up on the monitor in the mornings. When I had come in for my 11 to 3 shift that day, it was, I believe, on December 9th, which is the same week. I
Same week?
noticed that it was, yeah, yes. So they had like closed it or something on the computer. They completely closed out of it. So had opened PowerPoint, or tried to open PowerPoint. So I went into Edge and tried
So
opening
you went
PowerPoint so I
onto the
could
computer for the purpose of,
looking up the staffing to see where I was going to be at and who
and
I was going to
that
be with.
is the main and only and consistently usual way that you do that every time you've ever worked there and went
Correct.
to
That's
check that.
usually because they used to do printouts, but they stopped doing them at the time.
And when they did
Um,
printouts, you used the printout, and then when
Correct.
they went this route, this is the way that you went. So it wasn't something new, different, weird, out of character. This is just standard Avery, and just standard the way it is.
Correct.
Wow, okay.
And the supervisor comes in, she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm just trying to pull up the stand-up deck." And she's like, "Well, you could have asked me. You could have asked me." And I'm like, "You were nowhere near me. You were not even in the same vicinity." Mind you, they I think it was maybe a couple days, 2 or 3 days later, because the supervisor had written an incident report or like a formal HR complaint. Um
Against you,
mhm.
or they just wrote
HR
one
was
for fun?
like, they had done it to say that I was accessing confidential material such as email or anything like that. I kind of like blew up in the HR manager's face a little bit, because he's like, "Yeah, were there any applications open?" And I said very harshly, "No, there weren't. There was nothing open on the computer." Um, and I opened Edge. I opened the browser because there was obviously nothing on there. Mind you, per PCI compliance training, people are to sign out of of the computer when they
Yeah,
leave
you don't leave
the
the computer
office or
without signing
anything like
out.
that.
You sign in and sign out every time, and you don't give them your password. Nobody gets your
Hmm.
password.
And it was
That's
unlocked.
standard.
So that's where I'm like, how is this my fault? Like, how is this majority my fault when your supervisor failed to adhere to PCI compliance and log out of the computer like they're supposed to? So the
Hmm.
blame isn't entirely on me. It's also on the supervisor who was initially logged in onto the computer, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
By that point, the manager, who honestly I'm not a big fan of, the manager that was on duty that day, I'm not a big fan of him.
I'm sure
Um,
the feeling is mutual. I'm sure that it's they no, no, I mean, like, I'm sure that they give off a vibe that is put
I think
offish.
it's more because he's super, and I can honestly say this because obviously he won't see it.
Honestly,
So yeah, because like the guy doesn't like me, um, but I see him as, and excuse my language, but I see him as like a narcissistic piece of shit.
how old,
And
like,
he's
ish?
like in
Are we
his
talking like a
20s, like
peer?
early 20s. He's a manager in his early
Okay.
20s. He's
Okay.
a um
College graduate?
I think so. Well, he also used to be in the military. He served in the US Army.
Mm.
Um
Thank you for your
but
service.
That and even then, like, I do thank him for his service, but I don't thank him for being a
Yeah.
manager.
You can be thankful for someone's service and then also think like you're also a big dick. Both
Right.
can be true, you know.
And I think it was more so because, like, and mind you, and I hear this from all of my former coworkers because he's very two-faced. He doesn't listen to people when they bring up grievances to him. He brushes them off, claims that he forgets them, and doesn't really do anything to resolve those grievances. If like a pack member's having another issue or anything like that with another person, they won't address it. Um, and and with him, I feel like even like managers in general, and him especially, is breathing down your back every single time. Like the one thing, and I kind of like agree with this with some of my coworkers, like especially on like low occupancy day, we should be able to sit down for at least maybe 5 minutes. Like, for example, in Build-A-Bear, you're constantly stuffing bears, you're constantly doing things around the outlet to make sure it's clean, cleaning up fluff and stuff like that. There's chairs there, and I'm like, why not let, for example, the Build-A-Bear people sit down for, like, at least a few minutes in between guests, especially if it's super slow. That's, like, my opinion. Same with the other outlets, especially, like, you're having to deal with so much crap that you need a breather, especially even after, like, your break, you should, take that breather for those few minutes. Even if even in my opinion, if you have to take a 15, take it, in
You
my opinion,
gotta
'cause, like
you gotta read the actual job description of the title that the role that you accepted
Mhm,
employment for, because
mhm.
it'll say like you know uh might need to climb, ladders up to 12 feet tall, or, carry boxes or something weighing up to 50 pounds or 100 pounds, or you have to be able to stand on your feet,
Right,
6 to 8 hours. If that's in the job description, like the legitimate job description of the title that was accepted by, whomever, I could see them getting away with that. Like, yes, would it be
right,
nice to like you're all caught up on, all of your responsibilities, the store is in good shape and there's no one there to rest, to rest your dogs a minute, rest them toes, rest them feet, whatever. Yeah, of course. As a thoughtful, considerate, like, I'm human, you're human, we're all human. Let's look out for each other, kind of a thing. Um, but what sucks is that corporations aren't,
yeah.
and yeah.
Because I know, so after that,
So that's
situation.
that's two times. And wait, okay, let
Correct.
me ask you. That person, that guy, was that the one who like came in and was like, "Why are you on the computer?"
No,
Like you're so
it was a recently promoted supervisor.
okay. So that was okay. Okay.
Mind you, I've already heard rumors about this, or not rumors about this person, but it was like apparently that new supervisor also made like a 9/11 joke for a kids entertainment event because they worked mainly within the entertainment portion of the hotel. So because they wanted to make a 9/11 event. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Wait, a 9/11 event or 9/11 joke?
I guess they wanted to. They were joking about making an event about 9/11, I guess.
Okay, because 'cause I'm like, "Wait a second here." Alright,
Um,
one's less egregious than the other.
but
True.
the so that supervisor had really just, in my opinion, like pushed my buttons a little bit because like she should have, you know, left it as it is. I had apologized as well, and said like, "Hey, I'm not gonna do it again. Like, you guys just," and I was gonna say like, "You guys just need to, get your
You're
shit
not gonna
together."
do what again?
Like,
For you to say I'm
try
not
and
gonna do this again means you're saying you did what? You you copped to something you didn't do? Or
well,
you're saying
I
I'll never go on the computer again and you guys can just give me the info that I was seeking out.
that one, the like, I
That's what
won't
you
go on the
mean.
computer again for it.
Okay, so you didn't cop to something you didn't do. Okay. All right.
Um, and that's the that and I get it. Like, they take PCI like seriously and whatnot, but like, it's better to not like make it a huge deal if it's like a one-off thing. Um, especially like, I get the seriousness for it, I get it, but like, it shouldn't, in my opinion, it shouldn't be like a huge, like, don't make it a huge big deal. Just have a one-on-one with me and that's it. Like, you don't need to like have two people in the same damn room.
If it's their protocol or like they have to, then they have to.
Yeah,
I've had to sit in on stuff where there had to be two people in the room.
because even
I
then, at
didn't like
least,
ask like is that law, but I mean there
right,
has to be witness. Like couldn't begin the conversation without the
right,
second individual there as a witness.
as a
So
witness,
it's a yeah protocol thing. But
yeah,
you wish you could just hey, da 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 da. It appeared this way. I don't know. Maybe your intentions were completely pure, and
right,
all the things. But from here forward, let's go about this way. That's I think how I think a manager should approach something like that.
hmm
You know,
because
and then maybe if they have to make a notation, but like then they say how they handled it, how the interaction went with you, and that that way if you were doing something bad, like which you weren't, then they'd have a reference to go back. But I think that would the way that I suggested it, I think is what they should have done.
Yeah, because honestly, I just find it funny. I have both of my cats sleeping right now. They're both like over here sleeping. But
Are they snoring?
within, oh, I wish, my one cat that's towards my pillow, he snores a lot. um, but I honestly, I worked as normal after that conversation.
And that
Um,
was in the middle of a workday, like that was not at like the end of the night.
Yeah, that was in the middle of the workday. I think that was
Ooh,
probably like
rough.
15 minutes before like store closing.
Oh,
So that was 15 minutes before the end of the workday.
could have been
Um,
worse. Could have been like at the beginning.
yeah. Honestly, if it would have been in the beginning, I would have just taken my name tag off, planted it on HR second, would have been like, I'm fucking out of here.
Yeah.
I
I
like,
don't
funny
You don't
enough, I
know.
jokingly, I made a joke to my sister. I'm like, hey, if I go pick up my last paycheck, what if I flip the bird towards my manager? And she's like, you could do that, but that won't be a good look. I'm like, I know. That's why I'm saying, what if? But
Mm.
yet, like that, because that's I guess that's my thing. Like, and that I feel like that's always been me growing up, is that if you mess with me, you're gonna get the same treatment back. That's how I always been. If you treat
You
me like
match
dog
the
shit,
energy.
yeah. So if my manager treats me some kind of way, he's getting it
You
straight
must like
back.
my store or my reels I post.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't put this everywhere, but I'm gonna put it here.
Because honestly, am I pissed that I got fired?
Yeah.
Yes, but will I go back? Hell no.
No.
I enjoyed it because of the kids. I enjoyed it because kids were always like, honestly, asking me questions. They were trying to, have like fun interactions with me. I
It was
still even
magic.
have two drawings that two kids made for me when I first started within the retail department. So I still have those two drawings. Um, and it was for a memorable moment when their parents' car like needed to get jump started. So
Oh,
when they were leaving
sorry,
to,
guys.
go back to their vehicle, they wanted to give me the drawings. So I even asked the parents if I, if I could give, both them and the kids a hug. They accepted, hugs were given. Um, and that's like the end of that like brief, I guess, interaction. I've had multiple different interactions with like snubby people. But I guess going back to that, like obviously after I got talked to HR, it never got brought up again. Um Flash, like, going forward, because this was on and then December 15th, actually, I got called down to my manager's office, and she's like, "Hey, just wanted to talk to you about your points. You're currently at 16. Do you remember if any of these 3 absences were, um, doctor's appointments or anything?" I'm like, "Not that I remember," and then I checked my, like, scheduling for appointments. They weren't appointments. And mind you, absences were if you were absent, if you called in 2 hours before, you had 2 points, so I should have only had 6. I should have only had 6 points by then. Um, so what ended up happening was, I signed the form. I told him like, "Hey, I just won't call in anymore." Um, and
But wait a
and,
second, Avery. Avery.
hmm,
Obviously, we can't change what already happened, but clearly, they can say, on this day, this day, this day, and, we'd be able to see what your schedule was when you're supposed to work. You could go in your
right.
phone and look in your phone history and see when you called HR or the number and then
Mhm.
show, like, this is the time I made the call. Look, see? And then here is your schedule on the same day. Look at the time I'm supposed to start. See? And
I should have
there's
done
a
that, but
bigger
I
gap than 2 hours.
because I should have been a bit of a
6, 7,
smart
6,
ass at that
7.
point. Oh god, no, Nancy.
You should have, but you should have. I mean, like, you're a smart dude, man. I mean, tech is right there at your disposal. That's next time, right? Next time.
Right.
But I mean, it's so easy. Like, here's my phone. Look at my call log. I called you at this time. I can't fake this. Like, you just pulled me in this room. I do, like, boop boop boop. Look at the schedule. Boop. Math. Let's math this together.
And
Jeez.
honestly, nah, I ended up just signing the
I
form.
always I'm
Um,
such a big like advocate for people. So it's like that's why I'm like, did you cop to something you didn't do? Why did you sign that? Like, because I'm like
yeah.
fisticuffs, like when
And
you care about people, you care. That's me.
and that
So
day,
this
I
is me
was
caring about
wearing
you.
the good thing. I was wearing my Apple Watch that day, so I said, "Siri, start a voice memo." So I recorded everything from the moment I walked in. Because I knew, and especially I knew with the last 2 HR talks, I knew they were gonna try and dig dirt on me or have dirt on me for
No, at this
absolutely no
point they could
reason.
just fire you anyway, right?
Yeah.
Because what they've got 3+ things on you or something, or
Mhm.
your points are all crazy, even though you could have, that it just didn't work out
Yeah.
to math
So I
the way
had
that it was
and
supposed to.
I still even have that audio recording on my phone. Will I release it? Probably not.
So you didn't get fired because you illegally recorded them.
No. I no,
Okay,
they
because I
don't even
think what
know.
Illinois is it? You have to. I don't know.
Let me check. Is
Anyway,
Illinois a one party or two party state? Is Illinois
I don't
a
know.
one
I think it's a
party?
some way.
Illinois is not a one-party state for recording. It's an all-party consent state, which means that anyone intending to make an audio or video recording of a conversation must get permission from every person involved. This applies to various forms of communication, including telephone calls, video conferences, and other electronic communications. Well,
Ooh.
now I know.
What does that mean for like YouTubers at like amusement parks?
Oof. I made a vlog at Six Flags Great America 3 years ago. I vlogged my trip to the park there. I had no issues. Funny enough, I was scrolling through the video and somebody actually waved to the camera as I was walking by, and another guy did this, and I'm like, wow.
Nice.
And that's the thing. I've been doing YouTube for over 10 years, and it's funny when people kind of give me dirty looks or look at me weird, and I'm like, what? I'm just a dude talking to a camera. What's it to you?
Yeah.
But and honestly, I've been doing this for a long time. And it's kind of crazy that I've been doing it so long. But after I'm
Thank you
like
for
jumping
your
around here.
service.
Thanks. But honestly, after that conversation with my manager, I went back up to my spot, or like wherever I was stationed at.
Wow.
December 18th, I was working in the main gift shop though. Mind you, at that time, we finally got our holiday coupon books and our discount. Me being an idiot had accidentally used it twice. Um, I had bought a bottle of pop and Oreos, and I'd used the discount, the holiday discount. But when I was buying a first aid kit, I made the mistake of hitting the uh, holiday one by mistake, and it had already processed. So what ended up happening, because I was kind of an idiot. I hadn't mentioned it, and that was my fault. Um, I had gotten called to human resources probably like a few days later, so December 22nd. So they called me in. They're like, "Hey, what were these transactions for on December 18th? You had used the discount 2 times. Um, like, what's that all about?" So I explained the situation to them regarding the discount. They had asked me what the policy was. Mind you, I was explained the proper procedure for it recently within that same week. They're like, yeah, it's a one-time use. They only explained it to me recently.
And is a paper
So
coupon or just a button on a keypad?
so it's both a button on a keypad and then it's a paper coupon, from what I was told. You apparently they keep the paper coupon and you, I guess, staple it or give it to like a supervisor at the end of that, I'm assuming. But I hadn't, and I even like let HR know. I was like, yeah, I hadn't received the coupon book. That's my mistake. I didn't go and get it. I also haven't had time to because I'm not always working. So throughout like the entire conversation, I kind of like I kind of told them like I felt embarrassed by that mistake. And so what happened was they said, yeah, we're gonna open an investigation on this, and then we'll hear back from us later today, or tomorrow, or like on your next shift, to know what the outcome was. No later than like 5:30 p.m. was when they called me. They're like, yeah, they're like, hey Avery, we're just wanting to call you to let you know that we have decided to terminate your employment immediately. You can recycle your key card and your Agilicis, your login to the register. Did I Was I shocked? Yes. Did I really care?
This was over a
Yes
phone
and no. Yes, this was over the phone. I should have
while you're at
reported it,
work.
but I didn't. No, this was when I got home from my shift. because I was
A
working 9.
manager didn't even have the cojones to.
They didn't have,
Whoo, Nelly.
and mind you, I had already applied for unemployment by that time. I had an unemployment claim open. They had suspended it due to the misconduct under. Let me see if I have the. I don't even have the
Yeah,
notification with me, but under statute 602A,
if it's
they had
misconduct, they
suspended it.
can dispute you.
Hmm. And I had my interview when I was in the city of Chicago, just hanging out with my friend. They're like, "Yeah, do you know any of this?" I explained to them, there's nowhere even explained in the handbook either for those kinds of discounts. There's nowhere within the employee handbook. It talks about theft, uh, like regarding time theft, tickets, all that stuff, but
I think
nowhere
that's
does
probably
it
why
even
the person
say.
asked you if you knew what the policy was for that discount
Because
to get you to acknowledge
yeah,
fault.
and like for me, I even said like I had no malicious intent. I had no intent to defraud the company. Um,
Right.
so what ended up happening was I had to wait a little bit, but they sided with me. So I ended up winning my case, and was able to, receive my unemployment benefits, which is good
Hmm.
because
From back
where the
when you
hell am.
applied.
Yep. And it's kind of crazy though that they decided that was the last straw. They wanted me to commit something or do something that's going to piss them off just to fire me when I was already, according to them, at 16 points or had other HR investigations towards me. So that's where I'm like, you guys should really.
I think because it's easier to prove that kind of misconduct, like a thefty kind of thing, than um trying to dispute, whether the. I don't think that they. I think they didn't really have much to stand on, even though you signed that document about
Yeah.
your points, because I think they did what you didn't do, and they got away with just you having signed that thing because you were probably overwhelmed and just
Right.
wanted to get out of that crazy situation and confrontational moment.
Because
But I don't think that they could like a forensic, look back on that situation as far as like Illinois Department of whatever, they
Because
wouldn't.
I even had talked to my mom, and she's like, "Yeah, we could sue them." I'm like, "That's not gonna
That's
work."
why they waited. That's why they waited for a different kind of a mistake that was not intentional and not malicious, but it's easier to prove, and then it gives a more rounded appearance that you are a miscreant.
Right, and I even said because I work with an employment specialist, especially because like this job market's crazy right now. Um,
Crazy bad.
I it's bad. I've applied to over 20 jobs in the last year.
My son, my youngest son, is having a really, really hard time as well. And he has like almost open availability,
Hmm.
like completely open availability. And he's an Eagle Scout, and that's on his resume, you know? So, I mean,
Right.
yeah, he's got to take, I mean, he doesn't have a lot of experience other than working for Portillo's for a time. So I know there's that, but nothing. Like he couldn't even like get hired at Menards.
Right. And it's like I've even applied to like my local Verizon store and I didn't get it.
Yeah. Target, he couldn't get applied to Target to like collect carts or something, or like bring out groceries to people,
Funny
or
enough, so back in early December,
Walmart, nothing. Nothing.
It's hard, even with Sam's Club too. I tried Sam's Club for their, like, customer service, like, lead position, and the membership, uh, position as well, and they flat out, like, maybe not even a few hours later, I not even a few hours, like, a couple days later, they're like, "Yeah, sorry, we're not moving forward with your application." I'm like, "You've gotta be kidding me." Because I'm really Oh, we probably lost her. Uh-oh. Yep. So we lost her, everybody. um
Where are you?
I lost you for a little bit. Uh-oh. Oh, there she goes. Nancy has been lost. Everybody, pay your condolences. She'll be back in a little bit. Um so let me see. I think she'll be back in a second. Um so with what happened pertaining to Great Wolf, do I don't know. Do I regret working there at the same time? Yes. Do um I enjoy it? Did I enjoy it? Yes, I did. I enjoyed my time there. I enjoyed my tenure there. Um Let me go in here, and oh, there's a White Castle vending machine. That is crazy. I currently am on Facebook right now. All right. Ugh.
So,
I
man,
lost you for a little bit.
now who froze? What was
I,
that?
I think so.
Cause like
You froze on my end. I don't know if I froze on your
you were
end as
frozen.
well. So
I gotta show ya.
I think it's more like tit for tat per se.
See, you were frozen. You were frozen like that. Look at that.
I mean, you were still moving around, right? So you were able to still see yourself
Yeah.
on your screen,
So
though.
that's look at you with your pose, like glamour shots by Deb. And I'm just like, "Blah, I don't know what's going on." So I'm like, "I'm gonna take a picture of this." I'm like, "Oh, look, aren't we so cute?" That should be like, we should put that up.
We should put that up as like,
I'll send it to you.
all
But I was like,
right.
I'm gonna document this because, like, what? Yeah,
I think that's
because that's what
that's never
I did.
happened before.
This is my first one,
Mhm.
and then I'm like, oh, I need to get my smile in there. We pose together, pod besties. So okay, we're back.
We're back.
We're
But
back.
no, so essentially after I got let go, I just kept looking for jobs. Did I
Oh,
find any
you
new
just didn't do
ones?
that. You just didn't do that.
I did. But I didn't find anything new. Um and within the same, so like 2 or 3, technically like 3 days before I got fired, I had an interview with an Illinois state senator. So that's already on, like, already available to stream and everything on on the podcast. That's already available. Um and it's kind of uh-oh. It is Nancy, the frozen Nancy. This isn't good. Here, let me. Oh no, I took a picture of my. Ah, no. All right. Well, all right. So, while we wait for Nancy to join back, um, so while we wait for Nancy to join back in, I don't know what's going on today in today's show, but jeez, this isn't good. Yeah, and I lost her too. Oh, that's gonna okay. So, all right. So, at least per what we were just talking about in terms of my previous employment with Great Wolf, um, am I obviously gonna go back? Well, no, I can't. I physically cannot return back there to work. Um, but does that open the door for me career wise? Yes. Does it make it harder? Yes, it does. Also, shout out College of Lake County, one of the best community colleges that there is. I am a former student of College of Lake County, but I dropped out. I am a college dropout. Let's see. Let me get that last yawn in. Let's see. Did I click it? Yes, I did. Ah, no, my headphones are messy. Oh, I think you're there. Maybe.
Yeah, actual
Yep, you're there.
recording. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
I
Well,
tried taking a picture.
did you?
I tried,
Uh-huh.
yeah, and
With
I
your face
failed.
covered by your name?
No, I tried, but after you disappeared on like on the screen, I was only able to get a shot of my actual screen from the recording.
Um, lift it up higher. Your name is covered.
Uh,
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Ah,
so I didn't get the nice shot like that you got.
years of experience, I guess. I don't know.
But so far, at least, honestly, with what happened, I feel like it's a blessing in disguise though, because I can pursue more of my I can pursue the podcast full time. I can do a lot of the like my radio show full time as well. I can pursue all that more up until like April when I go work uh at the theme park. When I go back
Well,
work there,
and
I
you
go ahead.
you gotta change, like, move your name or something like that, because it's like totally blocking your face. I can't see you.
Here, let me.
But I think yeah, I can't. I mean, I could. That's better. I could see your face. I think I don't even know where I was going with that, but yeah. Wow. That was a crazy story.
It's insane. I remember probably sometime in early December. I remember I had a guest come in. Mind you, she comes in, lady's got a full like Christian Dior bag and everything, dressed up all nice and whatnot. Her kids are wearing like Ralph Lauren and whatnot.
Was that a
I'm like, oh,
politician?
nah, it was some like Middle Eastern woman, I think. She was probably like Middle Eastern. Uh
No,
and
but I mean
just
like what type of interview was it or what type of
oh no, this was like when I was still at Great Wolf.
Oh, gotcha, gotcha. Okay, okay. I don't know
Um
where I'm going.
no, no, it's all good. But she comes in, I'm working at the Magic Quest store. She comes in complaining, I guess that her kid couldn't use the wand to like to cast at the effects. And I told her, "Ma'am, unfortunately we can't replace the wand unless it is like truly defective. Like if it's actually not working, not responding to the sensors, batteries are like tripping out and not working, then we could replace it if
Is
we've
the
made
kid
several
just too
attempts."
young?
The kid was probably like 13, 12 to 13 years old. Um, but the mom came in hot and she starts like speaking to me in a tone that I don't really appreciate within customer service. And I told her, "Ma'am, please do not speak to me that way. I am trying to, I'm trying to calmly resolve this for you." And then she gets more bent out of shape just because I told her, "Do not speak to me that way." Because I'm only trying to make sure I'm resolving the issue for her, but in a calm manner, not in a way where I'm like shouting back at her or anything like that. Should I have said that? Probably not. As per my coworkers, they even said like, "Yeah, you shouldn't have said that." I'm like, I know, but like I'm in my opinion, I'm tired of dealing with people that think they can just come in hot and verbally assault staff.
Um, I
But it
see.
sorry.
No,
Go ahead.
no, go ahead. I mean,
'Cause I was gonna say, but in the end, the supervisor on duty that they gave them a free one. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. This place caters to guests all the time. They don't have limits. So if you claim that your room has bed bugs or in it, they do the investigation and they comp you a free night. Like what the heck? Like they
so
give people
wow.
free shit all the time.
Yeah. When things happen to like when I experience like situations from like a guest uh point of view,
Mhm.
and then I have to go speak to like a customer service personnel or a supervisor or manager, whatever. And then they try and like give me something like extra. Like I'm like, oh no, 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 no. I just want like what I paid for to work. I just want to
Right.
be made whole again, or I just want like your obligation to be fulfilled. Like I don't want extra stuff. I don't want this for free. I mean, like, and sometimes like there'll be people like in line behind me or whatever, like this lady's crazy, turning down a free this or a comp that, and I mean, like sometimes I've taken it because they're like that's how we do this, and so there's like no arguing about it. But
Right.
no, I don't yeah, I don't get that. Some people just have
Yeah.
that mentality where like you inconvenienced me and now like I'm entitled to
I mean, where
something I'm not.
when I used to work um at a like at a like almost like a guest relations position um at like a theme park, I
Mhm.
feel like I mean I've dealt with those kinds of situations where I had to compensate for certain situations. I remember a guest could not use, I guess, their like dining at the time that the park had like announced or like switched on, I guess. Um Apparently they were sold the wrong one, so I had to like say and I because I didn't know the situation at hand, so I said unfortunately I can't give you what you're asking, but until they
Mm.
explain to me and I'm like what happened that they were sold the wrong one, I'm like, okay. So what I can do is I can refund you for this product. And I think what ended up happening is that they gave them a comp season meal dining, which is the two meal that they sold. Um,
Wow.
because that's what they were supposed to have. So
Mm.
that's what they
Oh
were
yeah.
supposed to
Okay.
have. Um, so what me and another coworker did is we also kind of thought together and we're like, should we just give them a meal voucher because it won't work on their pass. The new dining won't work on the pass until the next time they come in. I think.
Yeah,
At
you
least I think
should.
because they had the one dining, so that's what we did. We gave her a meal voucher. I'm like, okay, we'll give you this, and she was satisfied. She was completely satisfied by it. Um, and mind you, I will say this, and I'm going to point this out. What I am saying here tonight on this episode does not represent Great Wolf Lodge or that theme park. My opinions are my own
Any theme
do,
park.
and do not
None of
reflect
them.
the positions of those brands. The stuff that I say are my own and solely my opinions.
Me too.
So
Me too.
all opinions go through me or LJ Entertainment Media. So do with that what you will.
Ditto. What he
um,
said.
I've had but essentially with that the one thing I don't like though is when people that I know that I work for a specific theme park chain use my name. I don't like that.
Mm.
I've had even at Great Wolf, I've had a lady that I was friends with use my name to get my employee discount. I'm like, no, you
Would you
don't do
rather
that.
them be screaming your name?
Well, no, no. It's like I think it's like they have the rule, and I know at Great Wolf they had this rule, like yeah, the person has to be with you in order to get the discount. But I apologize to the coworker of mine that I'm good friends with. I apologize to them, like, hey, I'm sorry that she like snapped at you or gave you a hard time. That's not what she's supposed to do. Because she's not entitled to the discount unless I am physically there with her. Um, Same when like if people have like grievances or issues at like customer service or whatever, don't mention my name. I know I may work wherever like wherever this was, but don't use my name. I'm not
Why
like
would they? That's
your
so weird.
it's weird because
The
like
only time I ever would mention anybody's name is if like I like that that employee was part of the situation, so they can attest to what happened. They can better explain what I'm trying to explain, but in the lingo of the, corporate, that they would understand better, from one employee to the other to
Mhm.
kind of, express what happened or didn't happen. But
Right.
not,
And
or to say, hey, like they gave me exemplary customer service and went above and beyond. Like I've
right.
written down people's names for that. So that's the only time I ever reference anybody. But just to be like, oh yeah, I know like Jimmy Jangler, he works here. Like, so you should treat me different. Like what?
Yeah, no, like you're not like just because you know somebody that works there, you're not gonna get preferential service. You're not gonna be treated differently just because you know this person. For
I
me,
don't
if
think
I
I'm special.
like for me
I have a lot of people think I'm special.
when I've had mom and my sister come visit me at that theme park, like sure I would like say hi and interact with them, but if they wanted to
Yeah.
like use my discount or anything because they had passes to that place. So I told them I was like, just use the pass. You just use your passes because I don't know because obviously I don't know what stipulations there are with that. Because if I'm not working, I can use it, but if I am working, um, then I don't know what the whole stipulation with this.
I've had people,
I don't know.
no, I think the thing is, on when you're on days you're supposed to work, you're not you're not supposed to use your employee card to
Mhm.
gain access to the park.
Correct.
Yeah, and I've had people ask me like, "Oh, like blah 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 blah," and I'm like, "Well, I am I have a membership and I use my
Right.
membership to gain entry." Um, like
When I
but people have
used to
asked me to
work,
try and like put me in some corner or something like that. Like
Mhm.
that's such a weird question to ask. Like
Yeah,
why do you need to know exactly how I got in? Like I got in legally and I did it the right way and I used my membership that I pay for as a personal guest. Oh, so weird. Anyway.
because I know when I used to, oh, oops, is this? Hold up, I think this is. Oh, that sucks. It defaulted to that. Well, um, but essentially with that, when I used to work the ticketing booth or like the front
Mhm.
gate to the park, I
You would
remember
scan
I've had.
passes?
I remember I scan people's badges and it'd be like, oh, so and so is scheduled to work from like 9 to 3,
Oh, we
and
shouldn't talk about this stuff.
oh
We're
yeah,
not supposed to talk about uh how the sausage is made.
oh, oops, my bad.
Anything. Yeah.
Cut that
Any
out,
proceed
editor.
no procedurals, no none of that back backstage stuff. They
Yeah,
don't I remember from going through. So we'll just cut edit that out since you want to work there again.
yeah,
And maybe I do too. Maybe I do too.
maybe.
Maybe.
I mean,
Cut
what was?
and start. I don't know. Whatever.
I mean, what was? I guess what was your overall experience though? Like having with like working there. I obviously won't say who like who you portrayed or anything like that. That'll keep under wraps. But like, what was it like for you to work there during like the fall stuff?
Uh amazing, awesome, crazy, totally different. More than I could even expect. Uh my humility and gratitude meters.
Mhm.
I thought I had a pretty good healthy ability to, be appreciative and humble and all of that. And that expanded like tenfold or more with just that opportunity. It was intense. It in all the ways, I mean, good and otherwise. I'll do it again. I'd love to do it again. I don't regret it at all. I had a lot of
Mhm.
fun, and I would definitely love to continue. Um, so yeah, it was good. It was fun.
Yeah,
It was
it was
so
a lot
it
of
was
fun.
weird. It was weird.
I visited the park not too long ago with a friend of mine, with like my old coworker from Great Wolf. We visited. We were like when it was I think peak
Do you have
like
fun?
Great Fest season.
You have fun?
It Oh, I had fun.
You a coaster
Um
person?
oh I yeah.
Cool.
I
Was Criminy Doodles, was the one coaster finished being painted? No, you went at the
oh
height,
yeah,
so maybe it got done just a little bit before that.
I
Okay,
think
cool
so.
beans.
It was done by that. The paint job looked phenomenal
Isn't it?
on
Oh
it.
yeah, beautiful, right? Oh my gosh.
I
And when
know.
they showed it pictures, like, like before and after painting,
Yeah.
you were just like, "Oh, hot dog." Like you didn't realize how
I know.
faded it had
Um,
gotten.
yeah, over the years. I mean, the thing's been around since the late 90s too, so this was like
I know
crazy.
it came out. I was nearing the end of my high school career. I don't think you were born yet.
No, I was just a thought.
Maybe.
Maybe. But
And ew.
yeah.
Um, yeah, no, I graduated high school in '98. So, yeah, that Southwest Territory was like pretty done by then.
Yeah.
They had Viper by then, or like very soon after, right around then,
I know.
and
And
Giant
this is
Drop.
from what I've seen on social media, just at least recently. With the park celebrating its 50th anniversary, they're planning on doing so much. So like limited edition merch, the
Isn't that
brick.
exciting?
Um, oh, I'm ready for that.
I'm
I'm stoked.
so I am so excited. Like as just someone, I've been going since I was a baby. My dad, like my parents had gone before I was, but like when the park first opened and before I was
Mhm.
born. So like this, and I spent like like I was raised there. Like I spent summers there. I mean, crazy. So I've got sometime I'm gonna do a collage of pictures of when I was little with like Bugs Bunny and Tweety Bird and like all of the crazy licensed ones, Foghorn Leghorn. And yeah.
Apparently, um, I think this was probably like during like the early days of the park when it was still under Marriott. Um,
Hmm.
like I remember, and I don't know. I think this has to be a fever, like not like a fever dream or something. But I remember having seen a video that talked about the park,
Hmm.
um, and that apparently it had
Are you gonna say it?
Foghorn, I guess show like at the time was considered normal, which was like the I guess old like Confederate flag at the time. But he
Hmm.
was, but it is this was I think this was during like a normal like American themed like song. I don't remember what it was. I think this
You the park? We're talking about the park or like the cartoon character in a
just a
cartoon,
I
like
think
as an
the
aside.
I think it
Because
was
I
more
don't.
so like the cartoon character. I guess like
Okay,
the
so we're not
mascot
talking about
itself.
at the park. Okay, yeah, because we want to stay like on topic a little bit, probably.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
um,
No, I thought you were gonna say something like the dolphin show. I've been to the
well,
dolphin show at Great
I
America.
remember I've seen videos from the old commercials.
Yeah,
And
and they had the concrete steps. That was your
they did?
seating. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it went down and it was like this deep pool. And that's where the dolphins would do their jump, like and go through the hoops and touch the thingy and all that stuff. And then when they stopped doing that, then that's where they did some the like cheerleader pom dancey stuff for a while, I think, until they put it in like its own big building. Um but
This
yeah,
is a
so
commercial
all right.
from 1980.
Brace yourself. We're going to take you on freedom.
Ah, demon.
What a day! What a place! Neat ride! Do it again! We're
No,
Marriott's
take a
Great
Tylenol
America!
first.
Great America!
Sorry.
There's like a bunch of different
You
commercials
got
that
that,
I've
right? You
seen.
got what I meant. Like, you know how like
Yeah, from like the corkscrew, especially your head's
and it's like,
banging
let's do
around in the
that again.
corkscrew.
Like, oh no, you need a break.
No,
You got to
yeah.
pace yourself.
The
That
the
one's
one
too rough to do 2 times in
documentary
a row.
the one documentary I've seen was the Screams and Dreams documentary. I've seen that in its entirety.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of people have so many different commercials for the park. This was 1987. Oh, what do you mean you're
Wah, wah.
processing the video? Check back later. What do you mean, YouTube? This was from 1980,
Ooh,
82.
Z Force. That was my first. What? No, my first one was. I don't know. It went like this. Wave, tidal
The
wave.
Force is here.
Let's see this one.
Ultimate Force.
Oh, and you know they use that in the plant haunted house a
They
bunch of
did?
years ago. Yeah, like that like that thing back when it was like scientists like got turned into plant zombie people.
Only
Do
at
you
Six
remember where
Flags Great
Saw
America.
X is now?
Yes.
In the yeah, like in there where it used to be the plant thing. That like if you forwarded that video just a little bit where that one scientist guy is like at that like big computery countertop thing, like I've seen that used like as
This?
prop. Yeah, as prop like during like like for Fright Fest in the past.
Hmm.
I mean, maybe it's something else that just looks like it and it's not actually that one, but like what I've noticed is sometimes when they're doing a non-IP like haunt like over the years like and they've utilized things that uh used to be part of the park in a different capacity in a different
Hmm.
way and they've repurposed it to create this environment and this scene for a whole different thing, Fright Fest, for I love it. I think I love the creativity of that. Like I like that like I love like looking around like the estate at Wretched Meadows, that haunted house. I know we're kind of
I
going
They
to
didn't
Fright
have it this
Fest.
year actually. They didn't have it this year, I don't think.
Yeah, they did.
They did?
They did. Yeah, yeah, they did. And it was one of the favorites. I think a lot of people on social media were saying, as I was reading as another social media like participant reader, um, that like they love the Estate of Wretched Meadows and also Shucky Doodles, Conjuring.
Ooh, that one. I know. Hopefully
Those
that
were
one
the
makes a
top 2
comeback.
favorites, like, people were saying their favorites were. And what I love about the Estate of Wretched Meadows, or exactly however it's called, I'm probably butchering it just because my brain is forever permanently little scrambled, but,
Mhm.
it's so detailed. Like, every room I am one of those people that, like, I end up not staying with the group. I'm last. I'm like, "Please go in front of me. Please go in front of me. Please go in front of me," because if I'm first, you're gonna hate me. Cause I like to go slow. I like to look around. Like, I like to just really just, like, I don't know, immerse myself. And,
Yeah.
yeah. So, anyway, that was a tangent, but yeah, that computery thing and just seeing like what how theme parks and just the ability for people to get creative and repurpose anything that is no longer serving the purpose for which it was made, I think is pretty
Because
cool.
I know
And that could go with anything.
Six Flags. So Six Flags Great America opened its doors May 29th of 76.
Mhm.
It was under the ownership of the Marriott Corporation up until 1984 when Six Flags, I think then owned by Six Flags had a parent company. I don't remember what the name was. I think Valley like Valley something,
Yeah, I don't
I think it was
know.
called.
I
But
saw recently that a video of the trolley, the tram that
mhm,
would like take you like from the back parking lot up to the front of the park the way that it used to be. I
mhm.
just saw that on social media somewhere. I'm not going to name where exactly, but
They have to bring it back with
I
how
was
it was
like,
before.
"Oh,
Because the way they had it back in the early days of the park, I feel like they should have that as a form of transportation throughout the park, in my opinion, and not do it for parades as much.
yeah." Well, that I mean the trolley in that video clip that I saw was like a vehicle with like rubber wheels. The
Mhm,
trolley inside the park is actually like a train trolley with that has that track in the ground like in the asphalt.
mhm.
But the video that I'm referring to take that like the trolley takes you from like the back parking lot is like an actual like a little vehicle, like a little
Oh,
mini piece.
you have to send that to me after the
Okay,
show because I have to
I
kind of
will.
see what it is. Um,
I will. I will.
and I know, like, for me, I visited the Great America Park back in 2009 when I was just 4 years old. Do I remember a majority of it? I only remember two things from it. I only remember the Wiggles themed area and then my mom getting injured at Hurricane Harbor.
Oh no.
I think she like scraped her finger or something like that, but that's it.
Yeah, bummer.
I've been visiting since 2009, not consecutively, but the last time I ever visited the park was in 2014.
Mm.
And then once I started working there, that's when I was able to, visit the park as I pleased.
Ah. Let's see. In 2009, my kids were 3 and 6. We had memberships or season passes, whatever they had, and um, I lived about 10 minutes away from the park, and they would wear their swim shirts, their quick dry swim shirts, their like board short swim trunks, and then Crocs. And
Mhm,
then I had this like a little wagon that was made out of like blow mold plastic. It was like the Red Wagon brand,
mhm,
but they had made it like a plastic version of it, blow mold, so you could take the sides down and like like pack it away. And I would keep it in my trunk of my car. So we'd
mhm,
get there, I'd lay the blanket or two towels down, and then build the thing, and then the kids would get in with their reusable water bottles, and they had their hats, and we would go in the park, and we would start off like to the right side back. They kind of tore down like a little kid area, like where they had the little kid trains. You remember like the little trains?
It
it,
was
it's
what was
where
it?
it it's
Like the
where
Bugs
they had
Bunny
the
National Park?
go-karts.
It
The
was the
go-karts.
Bugs Bunny National Park.
Yeah, and they had, I think, was it the airplanes or something too, like, going up and down. They had the little trains, the train, and they had, one or two other things in there, and we would, do that little loop there, and then our way back, and then we would do Wiggle World, and we would do the strawberry like
The
thing. Mhm.
mhm,
And then let's see what was next. We would come in a little bit more, and then the kids would play in the water
yeah.
and the water park thing, and that's where they had their water gear on, their swim shirt and their water shoes and everything, and then the towels, and then we would go on the rest of the rides all the way around, and then just did Cartoon Network.
I
Was
remember, I think 2009 was the year that Buccaneer Battle opened as well.
Mhm.
Or was it 2009 2010? Probably like a year off.
It
But
was ish, yeah.
but I remember when I went in 2014, they had those like big like stand like machines where you could walk in and it would like dry like
Oh
all like the
yeah.
moisture and stuff like that. And I enjoyed that. That was actually a good thing because then you don't have to sit and like dry with a towel the entire time,
Yeah.
especially after like Buccaneer battle.
I'm sure somebody abused it and then they got rid of it.
Probably, probably.
Like all
Um,
things, right?
considering, yeah. When I think so, the rides that I remember for Wiggles World were the fruit salad one, and then the
Is that the
big
cage
red
one?
planes.
That's
Yeah,
the fruit cage. Okay.
yeah. And then
There's the
there's big red cars, the Captain Feathersword ship,
mhm.
the Wags the dog bouncer, or whatever, and then
You're
Dorothy's
cheating, aren't you?
teacups.
You're looking at a screen.
No, no, because and I remember here. Let me show you what I've got pulled up because this is all
I
I've
have a
got on my
video.
screen.
So, there was a time when my kids were like little where an adult had to ride with them on the
Hmm.
airplanes, on the Wiggle World airplane. And so I'd have to go on with them. And I have a video of riding it at night. They were open at night.
Ooh,
Yeah. And also Cartoon Network. I have some evening footage. So things are not like this past year at least, like the
they're
when they
not the
closed
same as
so
they was
early,
before.
like when they were those areas were only open during like light like sunlight hours. That wasn't always the case.
Because
But
I
I don't
remember
know
with
the rhyme or the reason why. I don't know.
yeah.
All I
Because I
know is I
remember
physically went.
because I never heard of that happening, at least within like some of the kids areas, not even in
Oh,
like
I got a video of it.
Kidsopolis
It
or
was really cool riding the airplane at night and you see Johnny Rockets around the corner and it's just like it was like a nice clear evening, beautiful weather. Excuse me.
I remember when I was this was in 2014 when my family and I we went to which is now what is now known Kidsopolis, but um I rode the Zoom jets, essentially the big red planes, but like rebranded.
Yeah, I don't even know what they're called now. I mean, I even remember back when they had the Wiggle stage and they would have shows and they had all those
Mhm.
chairs, like the stadium
Yeah,
seating for sitting for the Wiggle shows. Yeah.
I know
And
now
my
they
kids were in
stopped
some of those
using
shows.
it.
Yeah.
I know they stopped. They used to use it for like the meet and greets for like the characters, but they stopped doing that now, which is kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
Um, I know, they had obviously they had the Wiggles World, they had Buccaneer Battle. Um, because I know for a fact 2009 was the last season you could go to the Wiggles World prior to 2010, because then that's when they got rid of it.
Mm, I don't know. I don't know what it was called, but I remember when I was little, they had this big like house place, and it had a like you're like like there would be like rope bridges and funny glass paint, like funny mirrors
Right.
and a super giant ball pit, which is totally like I guess gross now. Like
I feel
ball
like
pits are not
people
a thing
think
anymore.
yeah, like Chuck E. Cheese. I know used to have ball pits during the Pizza Time
I love
theater
ball
days.
pits.
Um, I've never personally seen any ball pits nowadays. I mean, growing up within the like early 2010s, I feel like those weren't a thing anymore.
Yeah. Well, in the 90s there was another thing too that was it was kind of like uh, like McDonald's would have like with the tubes and tunnels, but it was like
The
yeah, they had play places that the whole place was tubes and tunnels and slides and that whole thing. Like nowadays it's like the jump and wall climbing places is the thing for younger kids.
mhm.
Um and but back then, I mean, this was like a freaking warehouse full of tubes and tunnels. It I like that meme that says like if I won the lottery, I wouldn't say anything, but there would be clues.
Yep.
Or like I would have a house full of like ball pit rooms and like tunnels and tubes that were giant and did not smell like stinky socks or pee
Ew.
at all. So,
I
but
remember a story actually of when my
oh
mom used to
no.
work for McDonald's. She and a coworker had to go clean the play place, and it
Okay, no,
smelled like.
don't tell me anymore. I have a bad my stomach is not right.
No, you're good.
N- No, 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 no. No, no, no.
No, I won't
No.
finish it.
Yeah, no, no, no. If you got to write that one down and save it for another time. But yeah, don't tell
I feel like
me.
play areas in general are just like germs, just pure germs in general.
Yeah, that's why I just want to win the lottery and they can just be my germs.
Yep. And even then, like for example, like if you build your own like little like tower, like play fort tower thing in the swings, that's like you and like your kids' germs. That's like you guys. But like if you're going to a place where it's like a play area or anything like that, you don't know what you're getting yourself into.
Well, that's true. But also,
Oh, audio wise, I lost you. What was that?
better. You hear me
Yeah,
now?
there it is.
Can
Yeah,
you hear me now?
yeah.
Um,
I totally forgot that was what Sprint or was that Verizon originally?
I don't know. All I know is I had too many gummy bears and I'm starting to get sick,
Gummy bears
which
though,
means
you
I'm gonna have
never.
to cut it. I gotta go.
All right.
Cause
Well,
I'm
honestly, um, what I want
we
to show, obviously you can obviously see my studio or like bedroom is completely different, but that's because
yes,
my
yes,
family and I
tell us.
moved back in November. We moved into this
Surprise.
new house in November 14th. So we've been here almost 2 months. Um, I ended up taking the master bedroom, just based off of my like desk, my bed, and then my dresser. I take up a lot of space. But
Okay.
now I actually have windows, so I have natural lighting coming in. But I have a big enough space so that way I can obviously um record the podcast, and I don't have to have also another light propped up here like how I used to do back in the like in the old basement that I had. It worked as like a studio, but like it was too spacious. It was too much space for me. I couldn't. I mean, I made it into like a family room slash office area, but like still, it was way too much space. Um, but that is going to conclude our show for tonight.
Yes. And
Um,
we'll do more frequently.
we'll do more.
Yes, we're back.
I will be doing an exclusive interview coming probably within the next couple weeks, if not going into early March, since I will be visiting Mexico for about a month. I will be interviewing actually a family member who is doing a racing competition. So look out for that. Not sure when the definitive release date would be, but definitely look out for it. It would probably be in Spanish, just based off the language and things like that. So um, I'm going to work with somebody to actually do like translated captions and stuff like that to translate it. Nancy, do you have any parting words or anything, or any like
No,
upcoming
thanks for putting up
projects?
with me.
Well, thank you all so much for tuning in with Nancy and I tonight for this. Honestly, what would I call it? Like witty banter hour.
Yeah.
That would be a decent name. We're gonna her and I are gonna work on some new topics for the show. You and I definitely want to work on more of like true crime and stuff later on.
Totally.
But again, thank you all for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the flip side.
Yeah. Hasta pasta.